I'm William Kumwembe and I welcome you to yet another edition of the program Business Time right here on Times Television. This is a magazine program in which we look at some of the major business stories happening in Malawi and beyond. Coming up in the program today, public debt climbs to 3.3 trillion kwacha. We have a report and tobacco estimates slightly down. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned if you could.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
Hello and welcome. In our main story today, Malawi's central government debt stock rose by 177.4 billion kwacha in the fourth quarter of 2018 from 3.1 trillion in the third quarter to 3.3 trillion, triggered by an upsurge in both domestic and foreign debt, Business Time has established. At the level, the stock of debt increased by 462.0 billion kwacha on an annual basis from the corresponding period in 2017. We have the whole story in this report.
Economic analysts have since described the soaring debt levels as worrying, saying they could affect the macroeconomic stability of the country. According to figures from the Reserve Bank of Malawi, RBM, the stock of external debt at the end of the review quarter stood at $2.1 billion, or 29% of GDP, representing an increase of $38.6 million from the stock recorded in the third preceding quarter. Year-on-year, external debt increased by $100.6 million from $2.0 billion recorded at the end of the corresponding quarter in 2017. As at the end of the fourth quarter of 2018, debt for multilateral creditors accounted for 80.3% of the total debt stock, while the remaining share constituted debt from bilateral creditors. On portfolio classification, debt from the World Bank's International Development Association dominated the external debt portfolio at 43.2%, followed by the African Development Fund at 15.3%. The International Monetary Fund at 10.4% and the Export and Import Bank of China at 10.3%. Debt owed to the Export and Import Bank of China constituted 51.8% of all bilateral debt. External debt service during the review quarter amounted to $13.6 million, representing a decline of $4.0 million from $17.6 million that was paid in the previous quarter. Of the $13.6 million, $9.8 million went to amortization, as $3.8 million was paid in respect to interest payments, and $0.8 million was payment for commitment fees. Major recipients comprise the Export and Import Bank of India, the World Bank's International Development Association, and the OPEC Fund, reads part of the RBM Financial and Economic Review for the fourth quarter released on Tuesday. It adds that domestic debt stock increased by 11.8% from 1.6 trillion kwacha in the third quarter to 1.7 trillion kwacha, or 32.3% of GDP. On annual basis, the stock increased by 28.1% from 1.4 trillion kwacha, which was recorded as at the end of 2017. On quarterly basis, the increase was on account of a rise of 132.5 billion kwacha in the stock of treasury notes and 68.9 billion kwacha in ways and means advances. The combined increase in ways and means advances and treasury notes more than offset the impact of the 13.3 billion kwacha treasury bills maturities. Economics Association of Malawi, ECAMA President Chiku Kalirombe yesterday described the continued rise in public debt as worrisome for the economy. Catholic University Dean of Social Sciences Gilbert Kajamba concurred with Kalilombe that the upshot in public debt is worrisome. IMF Mission Chief for Malawi, Preetra Mitra, last week warned Capitol Hill to carefully tame its growing debt levels to avoid it getting out of control.
Second round estimates for tobacco conducted by the Tobacco Control Commission (TCC) has shown a slight change in expected volume of the crop. The estimates indicate that the country would produce 205.5 million kilograms of tobacco, which is 1.3 million shy of the initial 206.8 million kgs in the first crop estimates. Chimwemwe Mangazi has the whole story.
The revelation was made during a press conference that the TCC held at its head offices in Lilongwe. However, the new figures remain high when compared to the 152 million kilograms that tobacco buying companies have shown interest to buy this year, raising fears of low prices on the market. The Commission has also said they will announce the market opening days in due time, as their investigators are still engaging farmers and buyers on the same. Kaisi Sadala is TCC Chief Executive Officer.
Looking at the change in terms of the crop situation from the last estimate to the second estimate, it seems to show that not bigger impact has been on tobacco. I think you will also appreciate the fact that most of the affected areas are not the major tobacco growing areas. So I think that's why there's a minor impact, if at all. We have explored ways and avenues to ensure that whatever tobacco has been produced by duly registered growers should be sold at the market. And as for issues to do with pricing, as you are aware that I talked about the government minimum prices. The idea of having minimum prices by government is to ensure that in any particular year, even when we have got overproduction, the grower should still break even. So buyers will have still to perform or to buy within the agreed minimum prices that will be released by government, which once released, we actually go and sign with the buyers to ensure that they adhere to those prices. As an industry and as a commission, we are very excited that now we have got a new act that will regulate the production and marketing of tobacco. With the coming of this act, we believe that it will bring a lot of sanity in the industry, because we were facing challenges in terms of implementing or in terms of taking action against those that were violating the rules of the game, because we did not have a legal framework to do that. But with the new act, I think it spells out clearly in terms of what each and every individual player in the industry is supposed to do and what happens if they are not doing what they are supposed to do.
Last year, it was estimated that the country will produce 171 million kilograms, but ended up selling 202 million kilograms, which was attributed to illegal importation of the crop from neighboring countries. The crop continues to face pressure on the global market, with buyers reducing quotas every year. From Lilongwe, I am Chimwemwe Mangazi.
Remember, this is Business Time right here on Times Television. It is a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. We'll be right back after this short break.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper. It's about time.
Welcome back. One of the country's insurance firms, Nico General, says it has intensified efforts towards expanding the insurance penetration rate in the country. Nico General Chief Executive Officer Don Bell Mandala say the firm targets at growing its market share to 40% from the current 35% in the short term. He was speaking at the opening of a day-long round table the firm had with its clients. Mandala explains in this interview.
We organized this workshop this morning just to bring our clients, which are direct with us, to share some thoughts with them as regards our products and services. But also we felt that there was a gap of them understanding some of the products and services that we sell on the market, and we believe that by interacting with them, they'll understand our products and services. But also, as an innovative insurer, we thought by sharing thoughts with them, they can also contribute for us to develop better services and products. Yes, 2018 was a little bit of a difficult year. We had more claims, and also as we are insurers, we're also insuring our building, and which we had to pay to our sister company, Nico Life. So we incurred a lot of claims on that. But going forward in 2019, we've got a lot of aggressive strategy that we want to maintain our leadership in the market at 36%, but also grow our profit line by more than 35%. The technology, we're looking at various platforms. We had already advanced some platforms last year, but unfortunately some of them were damaged in the fire. So we are reconstructing those platforms. We believe in mobility solutions. We want to develop an app where people will be able to interact with us through their mobile phones. But also customers will be able to lodge claims using a web portal, which will be an online facility. Today we're looking at more than 5 products. One of the products is the motor. Motor is a product that everyone else markets, but our motor policy is very unique. It's because it offers more benefits than the other products on the market. But also there's a travel insurance. Most people don't understand that they can insure themselves when they're traveling. And our travel insurance meets all those Schengen requirements. So some people that are going to Europe and other parts of Asia, they can be able to buy insurance that allows them even to get a visa and visit those countries. I think we're looking at growing our sales so that you should enjoy the economies of scale. As I mentioned, right now we're around 35 to 36%, but we believe we need to put a more drive for us to grow up to 40%. And as mentioned, we're looking at agriculture, which is a key component of Malawi economy. So we're looking at products that touches agriculture, starting from crop insurance and weather-related products. The first quarter, which is only 2 months, but we're looking at finishing this much stronger. We have already grown our top line by 56%, so that's a very encouraging development.
Now, in other news, one of the country's commercial banks, Nedbank, has said it appreciates the support it gets from customers. Nedbank Managing Director Paul Guta was speaking in Blantyre on Tuesday evening during a customer appreciation cocktail party the bank organized. We have the whole story in this report.
Guta pledged this bank's continued commitment to provide excellent services to customers.
We're not the first place. You're quite right. And therefore, just to attest to that, the Global Banking Magazine has actually identified and voted Malawi, Nedbank Malawi, as the best bank in its internet banking program for the past 3 consecutive years. And now for the best customer service bank as well in for the same period of time. That attests to the products that we have as far as digital banking is concerned. We as Nedbank are offering products first in terms of internet banking for our corporate and SME customers. Within beyond the normal security features that you have, our security features are far more enhanced to ensure then that it gives our customers a peace of mind when they transaction on the internet banking platform. That their transactions are going to be safe of any challenges that you normally see on the cyberspace. So we've invested quite a lot in that area. But I think beyond that, I think one thing that is very, very unique with our product is that you can actually do bulk payment. And when you talk about bulk payments, you can do up to 1,000 payments at once in a bulk, which is very, very unique. I think our response time within that is also very, very good. And that's what we are offering as far as our internet banking product is concerned. Very, very positive. I think both in the corporate space, when you're looking at international organizations, when you're looking at even the local corporates, very, very positive reception, and for that we want to say thank you to our customers. We're seeing the number of our registrations growing quite fast in that area, and we're very happy with that kind of support. And so we can only encourage our customers. We're here for them. Any issues, we're here to deal with them and support them as they enjoy this product. They are also able, beyond the transfers we're talking about, they're also able to make tax payments on the same platform, which means that for them to be tax compliant on time, the platform to use is actually our platform, which is the Nedbank internet banking platform.
Guta said Nedbank will ensure that it constantly adapts its digital offerings so that it remains relevant.
We should actually look at the emergence of digital banking as a big positive for our country and probably the economies around and across the globe. To the extent, therefore, that I think if you move across the globe, that's the way to go. In as far as banking, not just banking, but you will actually find that digital is the way to go, and there's actually taking root in most of the retail transactions as well. So probably, if it's not just about us pulling this initiative, we'll be pushed into it. And therefore, what we're doing is to actually go ahead and be proactive. Instead of us being pushed, we're going to pull it and therefore move and take the strides around it. Should it threaten us? I should say no. I think at the end of the day, you're looking at the efficiencies that it brings. You're looking at the cost effectiveness that it brings. You're looking at the speed of transaction. You're looking at the time that you save. Instead of you queuing in the bank on the line, you don't have to. You got a bank with you in your hands 24 hours a day, every day. You can do almost anything in there. You can actually make bank transfers. You can make payments. You can apply for loans. So these are things that actually save you time. Instead of you going and sitting inside a bank and sitting on a queue or standing on a queue waiting for this, even to collect money and so on, you don't have to do it. That's the kind of efficiency that it brings. Now, the question around employment and the people, I think, needs to be looked at in a broader way. Because as you improve the efficiencies on the customer-facing front, the question becomes what is actually going to do on the operational processing front. Because you are generating a lot of needs, you're generating a lot of demand on the front line using technology. You, as an entity, need to be efficient on the backside to deliver that demand. And therefore, I think that should actually encourage us to say, beyond just the front facing, on the back office side, there is demand for people to make sure that the processing is right, efficient, and lives up to the scratch as we actually will be talking about.
He said shortly this year, Nedbank will be upgrading its mobile app suite into a state-of-the-art platform with many amazing and exciting features. 4 times in Blantyre. This is Taonga Sabola.
The Lilongwe Water Board has entered into a partnership with one of the country's high street banks, NBS Bank, in a move that would see customers buying water tokens through the bank's mobile and online platforms and over-the-counter transactions. Chimwemwe Mangazi reports.
LWB's Director of Finance, Silimbewe, said the initiative has been necessitated by the board's plans to scale up the use of prepaid meters among its customers to do away with illegal connections that impact on revenue. He said that currently over 5,000 customers are on prepaid meters after the pilot project targeted all government institutions and agencies, and 5,000 corporate clients were targeted in the first phase of the project.
This is a partnership in which us as Lilongwe Water Board, we are partnering NBS Bank. Lilongwe Water Board is implementing its prepaid metering project, and part of the initiative involves the sale of prepaid water tokens to our customers. Now we want to bring the product closer to our customers, and we are partnering NBS Bank so as to allow our customers, not only NBS Bank customers, but our customers across Lilongwe, to be able to use NBS Bank platforms to be able to buy and purchase those prepaid water tokens, and then be able to recharge their prepaid water meters. In our strategic plan as Lilongwe Water Board, we have a key motto there, which is driving our reform, and that is from working hard to working smart. So certainly this is innovation at its best, and is in line with our strategic direction. It's in line with our reform projects and our reform programs. We want to be closer to our customers. We want to improve our service delivery to customers, like the prepaid metering project. It's a reform program that is there to assist our customers manage their bills. It's a water demand management reform program. We are implementing this reform in phases. We started with the pilot phase, where we had government institutional customers. We targeted about 300 of those government institutional customers, Capitol Hill and the other related institutions, Central Hospital, Kamo Central Hospital, Boira District Hospital, the public secondary schools and public primary schools. Thereafter, we moved into the first phase after the pilot. In that first phase, we targeted 5,000 corporate customers, and now we are in the second phase, where we are targeting 4,000. For now, 4,000 residential customers. Progressively, we'll be moving out to all of our customers. You may wish to note that we have a customer base as of now of about 80,000 customers thereabout.
NBS Senior Manager Channels and Customer Service, Gracious Changaya, said the partnership complements the bank's efforts to offer services to customers that provide convenience.
This partnership is very important for us as NBS Bank, as a truly owned Malawian bank and a fully-fledged commercial bank. Our aim is to serve our customers better. Lilongwe Board is one of our strategic partners, and we are there to serve them as a corporate institution and at the same time to serve their customers and our customers. So with the integration partnership we have done today, customers for NBS and for Longota Board will be able to pay or purchase their prepaid tokens through our bank. They can go to any of our service center to purchase the prepaid tokens. At the same time, those people that are customers, our customers as NBS customers, they'll be able to purchase prepaid tokens using what we call Easy Mobile 322. This is a mobile banking platform whereby people are able to buy or purchase or pay a number of things using the phones. As NBS Bank, our aim is to be customer-centric, as indicated during the press briefing. And one of the pillars under customer centricity is the safety. The other pillars are convenience and speed. So customers should be assured to say they'll be able to be served better, and they'll be able to be served quickly. At the comfort of their homes, they'll be able to pay for their bills. And the system is robust. They shouldn't worry of anything.
The second phase of the prepaid metering system is targeting 4,000 residential customers, but LWB officials indicate that the project will cover all of its customers in the city. From Lilongwe, I am Chimwe Mangazi.
On that note, we've also come to the end of today's edition of the program Business Time right here on Times Television. It is a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country and beyond. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is William Kumwembe, but always remember, if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense. Goodbye for now.
Now you can access the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times newspapers anytime, anywhere, by the click of a mouse or a swipe on your smartphone. With eTimes, right on your mobile gadget. Flip through the pages with a swipe or a click. Navigate through all pages and see clear pictures and designs. Access a database of previous papers of the Daily Times, Malawi News, and the Sunday Times. Easy. Subscribe now to eTimes. Go to www.times.mw/e-edition. Sign up and log in. Enter your password and enjoy the newspaper.